Some of you went to bed with somebody by the name of Babylon. People don't know what that means. You went to somebody that simply did not like you. They were jealous of you, but yet and still you married them.
Unfiltered. Gather, my people, gather. Put your ear. We have a meeting. Now, today's topic, love. Or more specifically, the love stories that everybody keeps celebrating that I honestly do not understand. Now, what sparked me to talk about this? Guys, actually, y'all did. You know, when I read all these comments underneath my last two videos, the videos about that wag wife and, the polygamist, y'all perspectives. Hey, guys, the things I read. And then these old clips of Devale and his wife, Kadeen, resurfaced. Guys, when I saw that, it really had me thinking. It really had me thinking hard. Thinking about all these women surviving relationships and marriages that, if you ask me, they had no business entering into in the first place. And then don't let me start about some of y'all putting certain relationships on high pedestals. Now, let me tell you something, people. Our family is growing bigger and bigger, so sometimes I gotta repeat. Just because, God is mentioned in something doesn't mean he approved it.
It was hell! I never knew I could go through so much hell, Trina. It was hell! The woman from Atlanta that tried to come in between me and my husband. This woman says she's a prophetess. And she got a word from my husband. I said, no, you ain't got a word for him. You got a word for us. Natasha Davis. I told you, I'm not your typical first lady. This first lady fight. And if I catch you in the street, I warned you. I warned you. I'm a Brooklyn chick. That'll never change. I'm just an anointed Brooklyn chick. And I'm coming for that ass.
Good God. And mind you, guys, all behind the pulpit. These things are going on in the church. Well, this one was a clip from 2023. I gotta say this old one, but this is what's going on, guys. The same relationships that some of you are glorifying out here. While all the while, these relationships need prayer, therapy, honest conversation, and sometimes a divorce attorney, if you ask me, instead of another anniversary post. But let me mind my business. Because I honestly sit and do these videos, watch these clips, serve the internet. And I'll be thinking, why do women, and I'm not exempt. I am not exempt. I do big talk around here, but I told you guys, I did some foolish things in my days. I got delivered from it, but why do so many women ignore red flags when the flags are waving them in the face? If you see the flags, and then also people will see a bishop, people will see a pastor, people will see a deacon, a ministry power couple, and immediately, guys, they think goals. But let me tell you something, and this is from experience. Just because somebody can quote 3 scriptures back to back, lay hands, speak in tongues, wears a nice designer suit, throws some money around, and drives a Bentley, does not mean that these people are relationship goals.
Let me tell you something. See, I don't know if y'all want your marriage, but I want mine. When the enemy tried to come against mine, he got a problem. I don't care if the witch is listening. I don't care if the warlock is listening. I bind every word curse that you placed over me and my husband. I come against every demon in hell that tried to come against my marriage. In fact, tonight I'm gonna rock his world.
Some of the most polished marriages or relationships that you see out here are the ones that are the most painful behind closed doors. And ladies, I gotta say, I'm looking at us too. We need to take some accountability too, because we are not always innocent either. Sometimes we see something shiny. Then before you know it, we call it God's answered prayer. And then we dive into quicksand head first. Guys, when I tell you. And then some of us are shocked when the man, or the woman, because yes, guys, yes, I know that men are going through it too. Now, feel free to put your things in the comments too. Now, I'm talking about it from a woman perspective. I know that some of y'all are paying child support in 3 different counties. Whatever you are going to, I'm not judging. Listen, put it in the comments. But some of these men just showed us who they were from day one. Now, some women just chose not to see it. They chose to pray over it. But you saw it, sis. You saw it clear as day. You thought you could fix it. You thought it would change. And sometimes you met the representative. That happens too. I know. I say all this to say that, stop idolizing people just because they have a platform. And stop assuming that people have the answers just because they have followers. Now that counts for me too. I don't have all the answers either. They're human, just like you, just like me, just like everybody else. So today, guys, I got some platinum foolishness for y'all. Premium kind. And I genuinely want to know what you guys think. What do you see? Because you already know your girl here has this chronic side eye. It activates quickly, sometimes too quick. And that is from my own experiences, my own reference. That's why I'm saying, don't always listen to me. So I want to know, is it me? That is the one question that surrounds this whole video. So you already know what time it is, guys. You already know what to do. Get comfortable. Grab a blanket. Now, I know it's hot. Here, it is hot as hell. But grab a blanket anyway. Get a drink. Get a snack. And put your earphones in, depending on where you're at, of course. And let's get into this love mess. Y'all ready? Let's get into it.
Hello, stranger. It's been a minute since we last kicked it. And by the way, just got in town, and I won't let cumulus clouds all in the sky ruin my vibe. And usually I don't do this often.
Now, I would like to start this video off, guys, by taking a little trip down memory lane. Because recently, I saw this interview on Hartley Initiated, and the host interviewed 3 women. One of them was Gayle Lewis. Now, we'll talk about her in a minute. The other one was Dr. Simone. Now, some of y'all know her from Married to Medicine. And then I think the third one was Rachel St. Fleur. She does something in law. And they had this conversation about relationships and marriage. After listening to that interview, I really had a lot of thoughts. And whenever that happens, I need to share it with y'all. Now, who of you remember her? This is Gayle Lewis. And this woman shook the internet, shook the World Wide Webs when she came forth in January 2024, telling us that her husband of 28 years was cheating on her. Now, I can already hear you say, but Debs, men cheat on women, women cheat on men all the time. What is so special about that? Now let her tell it. Her finding out was nothing but God.
And that's why I tell people all the time, when you pray to God and you sincerely pray to him and you ask for things, you better be ready because he will answer. One simple phone call changed my life. And that's why I know God was in that too. Usually when anyone travels, see if your husband goes out of town, and you want to know when he's coming back in town, you can call the airlines. I was baking a cake and I didn't have eggs. So I was like, I'm going to run to the supermarket. So instead of going online, I was like, I'll call the number to ask for the flight number. And when the representative answered the phone, I asked, I was like, what time does flight 314 arrive, from whatever city? And they took a pause and the guy came back. I think it was a male, if I can recall, it was a male. It was like, can you give me the name on the itineraries? And I was like, He came back, was like, could you give me the name on the itinerary? And I was like, no, I'm not giving you the name. I gave you the flight number. I was like, if I wasn't on the phone, I could Google this and get the same information. Just give me what time's the plane landing? He was like, could you give me a name? So when I gave the name, they came back with 2 names. Now, I know people who work for the airlines. They was like, there's no way that should have happened. They was like, that was God.
She took her ass to that airport and confronted her husband sitting in that lounge with his concubine, awaiting to abort the plane. Guys, when I tell you, I was sitting like this.
Oh my God. Good morning, Harold. How are you? Good to see you. Hope you have a good flight. I'll see you on the flight.
She recorded it all, and the people were shook. Now, if you think it stopped there because you see this man sitting there, just totally vulnerable. He tried to play it off, but he was shook, guys. Didn't you see his eyes were like marbles, like he couldn't believe. Now, if you think it stopped there, guess again. She took her ass on that plane with them. My God, the audacity, guys. Can you believe the way I would have karate chopped the back of his head? It would make him sit. All of a sudden, this man would sit in the front row. Me, Debs. Hey, guys. I couldn't believe my eyes. Now, even though this was a complete horror for this woman, it really made me think. I mean, there had to be signs. Did she miss the signs?
Were there signs? Probably. Now that I look back in hindsight, there may have been some signs. I had this anxiety, and it always felt like the other shoe was going to drop. And this is the crazy part, that only a few people knew this part, and that's why I know God was all in this. I remember I went for a walk for like a week, and every day when I would get to my house, I didn't want to walk in my driveway, and I would hesitate. And I kept thinking there was going to be a snake at the door. And usually I've always heard that when there's a snake at the door, trouble's on its way. Every day for 5 days, I would get to my walk would be pleasant, but the closer I got to my house, it was like I didn't want to cross over into my driveway. And I've told several girlfriends this so they can account for the story. And I was like, I don't know what it was. And I remember the last day, I was like, I am going in this house today, because I wouldn't go through my front door. I would go through the side door. And I was like, I just feel as though there's going to be a snake at the door. A black snake's going to be at my doorway. The last day, I crossed over to that driveway. I was like, get thee behind me, Satan. I went to my front door and I ran downstairs to take off my sweaty clothes, and I began to cry. I cried and I said to God, I was like, Lord, you are trying to tell me something. What are you trying to tell me? And I was like, whatever it is, whatever is hindering me from my true purpose of serving you, I was like, take it away. Something's not right. And whatever it is, Lord, take it from me. So something tells me in the morning when you get up, go check your credit card bills that are on the counter. So the credit card bills are all stacked up out on our kitchen counter. And I don't open them because I don't pay the bill. I mean, it's American Express bill each month. They be high. So I was like, I ain't got none on it. So no need for me to open them. But that was my account, and I added him to it years ago. And I just let him open it, open the bill and pay it. And there was sometimes I would open it, but most times I would just look at my portion of it and just keep it moving. Something was like, check one of those credit card bills before you go. When I opened up that bill, the woman that the airline employee mentioned that was on his itinerary, her name was up and down my credit card bill.
Hidden in plain sight, guys. The proof was there all along. Now, a lot of us know the story, so I'm not going to bother us with this whole saga. But it sent people in a rage, guys. Now, not me. Looking at this, it's very familiar to me. Now, see, I know a lot of intelligent women that completely submit to their husbands when they're married. So when we talk about submission from the Bible's perspective, submission in a marriage doesn't necessarily mean handing over complete control. Nor does it mean that you stay uneducated about what's going on with the family finances or forfeiting your right to work. These are all what you call it nowadays, because way back in the days you didn't have that. But nowadays you call it living the soft life. But you have to be careful with living that soft life, because you can get a hard slap in your face when the things do not work out the way you intended it to work out.
For a wife, and if you're a wife that follows the Bible, it always tells you to be submissive to your spouse. So I thought that taking the back seat and letting my spouse be out front and let them handle things and be the man that God called them to be, or I thought God called them to be. I thought my role was to be the support, be that rib that would hold him up, raise the children or train up your children while they're out providing for the household.
See, the Bible verse that many people love to quote is Ephesians 5, I think verse 21 to 22. People love that one. Now listen, I'm going to put it up on the screen. Now these two scriptures basically says, wives, submit to your husbands. It also says, for the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church. Now that is where people stop reading. This is God expecting the man to care, to protect his wife, to cover his wife as his most intimate and trusted companion. You see how we talk about love, but people just twist it all up and say, no, the man has to do everything. The wife does nothing. She falls under the man, be completely submissive and this and that. That is not what it means, guys. It also says to be a good Proverbs 31 wife. You speak with dignity. You speak with wisdom. That's what it also says. And they talk about, how you have to carry yourself as a wife. Nowhere does it say be slow or uneducated. I haven't seen that anywhere. I say all this to say, guys, that, the Bible intended partnership to be some type of teamwork, some type of collaboration. This is not no domination or no tyranny. That's not what the Bible intended it all to be. Now, Gayle Lewis, let me tell you something. None of this was your fault. And I definitely do not want to victim blame. That's not your girl. But I will keep it real with you, Gayle. I know that women want this soft life. I don't want to do this. I don't want to look at one bill. I don't want to see this. I don't want to carry a bag. I don't want this, that. And I think that is beautiful. But once the shit goes left, you see what happens.
I thought I was doing something that was good. I was working for the team. This was a team effort. So I was doing my part for the team. Now, did I have my hopes and goals and dreams and aspirations? I did. There are things that I wanted to do. There are things that I still want to do. But I took a back seat to make sure that someone else was elevated.
You don't even know who you are anymore.
Did I lose myself? I did.
You don't know what to do. You don't know how to pay a bill. You don't know what you want to eat. You don't know what couch you like. You don't know nothing anymore. And that is where my problem is. Now you have to reinvent yourself. I have new me 2.0 I have to see. Now, if you would have be a little bit in the loop with your husband, that would have softened the blow a little bit. It would still be bad, but a little bit. And then furthermore, Gayle, you ignored the signs from the very beginning. Because, Gayle, tell me something. Wasn't his ass married when you met him?
When I was introduced to him, I was told he was not married. Only to find out later that he was. So I told him then that I did not deal with married men and that I didn't want to do anything to some other woman that I didn't want done to me. And I meant that, and I still hold to that. So, of course, he gave me the stand that, we've been having problems and all that kind of stuff. So, lo and behold, he tells me that he's going to divorce her. He started his process and that, he wanted me to be his girl and all that kind of stuff. Actually gave me some diamond earrings to let me know. He was like, this is to let you know that I'm super duper serious about this thing. So I was like, well, okay then, because during this whole time, we had no intimate relationship or any of that for like 3 months. Because actually I was calling him Al Bundy. And he didn't even know why I was calling him that. Because he was like, why you always call me Al Bundy? And I was like, because you married with children and I don't mess with Al Bundys or whatever, right?
Exactly, Gayle. And this is what I'm saying. Now, even though he divorced his wife a few months later, this was the first red flag that he showed your ass, that he is moving messy out in these streets.
So once he started his divorce proceedings, he asked me would I date him. So I did. So there may be some fault there where I started dating him before his actual divorce was final. But I made sure that he had filed divorce because that's what he told me.
And you know what kills me, Gayle? That you just told us, yes, I said I didn't want no married man. I told him. Now I asked him, are you divorced? He said yes. Gayle, and this is what I'm saying. So once you meet a man or you are disgraced, your brain just goes, listen, and this is my personal thing. So don't be like me. But my question then is, how many times do we ask men something? And what do you expect? The full and honest, clean truth. Gayle, this man wants you now. He sees a nice piece of meat. Okay, did you finally get the divorce? Yes. Because he feels like if I say no, then, my chances are really... And you just went in.
So I never wanted to worry about, are they telling me the truth? Are they doing what they're supposed to do? Your word is your bond. And if someone tells me they're doing something, I'm going to believe you.
Put his crusty toe in one situation while his athlete's foot was still in another situation, Gayle. And you didn't pick up on that.
You know, you look at people's character, some of their morals, and some of the things they will say that I kind of let slide, that I should not have let slide.
And then what gets me even more is that you told us that you weren't even attracted to his ass.
He would try to be hitting on me, but I would knock it right down because I wasn't attracted to him. My husband was overweight, morbidly obese, actually. But he was a nice guy. But when I would talk to him, I would encourage him to stay with his wife and kids. And I thought he thought that was the oddest thing, but that's what I would do. I would encourage him because I didn't like him like that. And I was like, you're married, so this ain't going anywhere anyway.
So, Gayle, you mean to tell me that you took his naughty professor, still married, looking ass, cleaned him up like so many women do. And the moment he transformed, his Decepticon-looking ass went to another woman. Got another woman. And what gets me even more is that he got another woman, a younger version than you. Because you look almost identical. And you have nothing to show for it. 28 years. Hey, guys.
I think about my mother often, and she used to always tell me when she was married, save you some money for the rainy day. She was like, have something for yourself. She was like, you never know what could happen. And I remember telling her, Mama, nothing's going to happen. I'm going to be good. And she was like, Gayle, save something for the rainy day.
You didn't listen. So now this woman took your Amex card, humped your husband like a damn rabbit all over the globe while you sitting there in that house baking another rum cake. Gayle, I almost lost my mind when I saw it. It makes me mad all over again, Gayle. How is this possible? How was this possible, Gayle? This woman named Sabrina that he cheated with for the last 2 years of your marriage spent over $70,000 with your Amex card. Spent it on designer clothes, luxury items, rent. Paid her rent with your Amex card that you didn't open the bills up on. Hey, guys. And catch this. Not only did she spend over $70K, I'll put it up on the screen. We're not talking about rumors here. We're talking about court documents and everything. Not only $70K, but he spent over $600,000 on her. Bags, shoes, designer clothes, jewelry. You didn't want to open a bill. Money that could have went to you and your son. Or money that you could have stashed away, just like your mom told you to do. But like so many other women, Gayle, you thought this would be forever.
I think that I am loyal. I am loyal to a fault. And that has been to my detriment in some cases. Not in everyone, but in some cases, it has been a detriment.
You live and you learn. But my question is, how many times do we have to see this discombobulation with women before women actually start to wake up? Or listen to their intuition, for that matter. Believe it or not, guys, I am actually against going through someone's phone and snooping in their things or whatever. I am against it. Are you against it, guys? Put it in the comments. Do you go to your man's phone? Your partners, could be woman too, through their phone and the things or whatever. Now listen, I am against it because me, Debs, and you guys know me. Some of you know me well. You know I will find something every time. I would find something that I do not like. Therefore, I told myself, don't do this. Now, have I done it? Absolutely, because otherwise I wouldn't have that experience. Don't do it.
Go through his phone.
Don't do it.
Go through his phone.
Guess what? I don't want nobody going through my phone. I don't know what you might say. You might see a friend of mine from 2-3 years ago. I still talk to him. I don't give a fuck because I don't own nobody's shit. So respect my privacy and I'm gonna respect yours. Don't touch my motherfucking phone.
Go through his phone.
Don't touch my phone.
Go through his phone.
Don't touch mine. Crazy.
Now tell me if you agree, because I know that not everybody agrees with this.
I've been married 30 years, and relationships, marriage, it is up and down. It is you're in love today, you don't like each other next week. And so And I definitely don't believe you should be snooping in your marriage and looking for things.
Because you'll find it.
Because my question always is, once you find something, and you can always find something that is weird or shouldn't have been there or whatever, but once you find something, what are you going to do about it?
It might be best. It might be best to let it play out and give God the glory of revealing it. I'm still on the fence. Now, guys, another couple that I am on the fence about and that really has my side eye doing major gymnastics. This one.
Oh, y'all.
And this is where you are free, guys. Free to get me together however you want. Because I can admit that I'm not always right when it comes to clocking the full. Well, I'm right a lot of times, but I'm sure I'm not right all the time in clocking the foolishness. So get me together. But when you look at this, y'all probably see real love between a newlywed couple. But when Debs looks at it, I see a peculiar dynamic, an almost uncle and niece or father and daughter type of love dynamic. This is what I see.
I'm going to give her the microphone, and I'm going to let her say, because this is the conclusion of the conference, and so keep it short.
I'm tired. Definitely short. I first want to thank you for being an answered prayer and supporting me.
Now, this is what makes my entire skin lifts, guys. You see what I'm saying? Now, I could almost hear her say, yes, Daddy. This is what I hear. Nevertheless, a lot of people in their congregation see it as Marvin finding a new wife after Melinda passed away. A beautiful new covenant and an opportunity for him to blend his wonderful family together with Laboris. She even spoke about it.
I tell Bishop all the time, if I can't call nobody else, I know I can call my father. If I can't get to Bishop, he's on a plane or whatever, he's going to answer. If he doesn't answer, he's going to text me. So I have to tell you, as a wife now, thank you. Thank you for sharing your husband still with his children. And I come to tell you, some people in the room, blended families do work. Blended families, I don't care what the devil done told you. I don't care that he got a child. Blended families do work. All right, let me get out this thing, Bishop. Let me get out this thing.
Now, beautiful, right? She talks about her father, her blended family, and she gives us a little dig. Blended families do work. Because, we have been on her ass since that whole Easter scandal. Asking ourselves, what do the children think about this? What is this madness? Now, she's telling us, blended families do work. Now, when you see this, you see something beautiful. You see a beautiful union. But this is the thing. This is what I'm saying, guys. It is a blessing and a curse. My side eye really activates too quick because what I see is a man who is tired.
Let me get out of here, Bishop. You go. So after Bishop go in the offering, it's going to be Creators Create 2026.
If y'all can tell, I'm gonna need a whole lot of energy for the rest of my life. I just stand over to the corner like this and just be like, that's good. I'm glad. I'm telling you, she got energy.
Now, that's what I'm saying, guys. Is it me? Am I seeing things? Am I exaggerating? It could be. But this wasn't the first time that I see, him giving a little dig or something. This wasn't the first time. Because haven't we seen this before when it was Easter?
I want to bless a nonprofit in the church. So if you got a nonprofit here, since we taking folks' money, I want to bless you. I can't wait to see you soon. Love y'all.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. Clock it. I don't know. Yeah, okay. I ain't got nothing else to say. But I want y'all to understand that she's fiery, so and she's passionate, and most importantly, she's saved. Amen. She's Holy Ghost filled.
And guys, let me be honest with you. This has nothing to do with Laboris being a chihuahua twirling around the damn church. This has nothing to do with it. I'm starting to like her, actually. She feels authentic to me. She's the same way every time. So this is what I really appreciate. This is just because in my eyes, she entered into something that started off with a friendship, and that felt really good. But in my eyes, she overlooked alignment. Now, I don't know why she did it. Maybe, for the appeal of becoming a first lady. Maybe for love. They were friends a long time. Maybe she really thinks this is it. Maybe it's the desire to finally love and be loved, to have kids. I don't know what it is. Availability, I do not know. But equally yoked, in my eyes, they are not.
I love every single one of you, and there is nothing you can do about it.
Amen. Let's stand up and prepare to go. Now, she wanted me to hoop this Sunday. Now, with all that dancing.
I'm sorry. Now, I'm not talking about outward appearances, but I just don't think, something just doesn't feel aligned.
I first want to thank you for being an answered prayer and supporting me. And I just want to tell you thank you for having my front, my side, and my back, and never competing with me. Thank you for allowing us to host it here. As I always say, you could have said no because you're the pastor of this church. I'm not the pastor. And I submit to what you say.
I guess, child. I guess. It might be me. Which brings me to my next question. Is it me, or is Laterras already getting a little bit tired of our girl Ash?
It's been 6 months of marriage, so this is what it is.
Now, Laterras, I like to mess with you every now and again. And let's be honest, Laterras, I left you alone for quite a while. Laterras. I was planning on leaving you alone entirely. I just, because now you entered in this married life and whatever, and what else do we want from you? So I want to give you a chance to just, look at me, who am I? To give you a chance to just, live this married life and enjoy. You guys are coordinating your outfits, doing your things. I mean, I think you're doing well. Now, however, Laterras. People were in my inbox. Shout out to Consuela. Now, I think it's Consuela. I don't know if I could say your real name, could I? I don't know. Well, people are not going to know who it is, but thank you and shout out to one of my subscribers telling me, Deb, listen, Debs. Go and look, because Laterras did this whole podcast, 2.5 hours long or something like that, on Father's Day. It got me hot. So I was like, let me read. Why? Now, after that, I went to look at the actual podcast. Now, Consuela, you're not going to like this part. Now, when I looked at this, I was like, because I'm honest. So when I looked at it, I actually liked it. I liked the podcast. Laterras, I'm always honest. I liked it. You brought your daughter there. You brought your son-in-law there. Your granddaughter was there. I thought it was really nice. I learned some things about you as a father. I liked it. But then, towards the end, you guys said one or two things that absolutely made my skin lift. When I tell you, I was like, here we go. It made my hair stand up in the back of my neck, if I'm totally honest. Now, Ashley, I'm talking to you, sis. I know you guys have been married for over 6 months and, things are going well. But Laterras came forward telling his daughter and his son-in-law what the advantages or disadvantages are of being transparent as a parent. And then he said that he came out telling his daughter flat out that he had been cheating, because she was going through something. And then he said, listen, I'm not perfect too. I cheated, being very transparent with her. Now, I know you're on a pink cloud, Ashley, but when you said this, it made my entire skin peel. Now, I'm going to play the whole excerpt so that you people get context to the thing. But because it might be me. But you were talking about breaking a mold. Hey, guys, when I heard that, I had an instant headache. Let's watch.
I remember a conversation that you and I had where I first told you about the infidelity that I had because you were beating yourself up saying, I feel like a failure. I feel like, because you were struggling in science and didn't feel like you were the most talented kid at the school. And you were like beating yourself up really, really bad. I mean, really bad. And I told her, you was like, and you're just so perfect. I just wish my life could be like yours. You're so talented. Everybody likes you. You're this. And then that's when I told you, no, I'm not perfect. I cheated on my wife. And you was like, what? And so I'm going to always lead with transparency because I don't want nobody on this earth to think that I got it all together. People are amazed by how transparent I am on Dear Future Wifey, but it's because I started that out in my private life. And so the greatest thing I had to do was confess my faults with someone that looked at me like Superman, you know? And so that was a lot. What did that do for you to show you the frailties of your father?
It was honestly heartbreaking because I did think that you were perfect. And that sounds so silly when I say it, but that's truly what I thought. And then, you know, even being young, I realized that was like a really big like mistake you can make in a marriage as being unfaithful. So I think that did exactly what it meant it to do at that time, which made me think, wow, well, yes, I am failing science, but like I'm not like irredeemable, or I'm not this horrible person who doesn't deserve whatever. Like it did exactly what you expected for it to do.
And I felt like, and I told her one day in the last episode that we did a couple years ago, I said, I did do that to you and I apologize, because as a man, we are showing our daughters what it looks like to love a woman properly. And if you show any signs of a chink in your armor where you're doing something that's ungodly, operating in sin, whatever that is, I'm showing her that this is your expectation. And her response was, I hate cheaters. And when I said that, she said, I hate cheaters. And I looked at her, I was like, dang, I just sat there and I just took it. I took it on the chin and I was like,
But I want to say to that, because I know a lot of men feel like that and they wear that for their family. And I just want to say we're not our mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
I think you said that. And so I think
It's coming,
that,
guys, now.
you know, you made a mistake. And the important thing is the work that you do to not become the mistake, right? Not to sit in that and dwell in that. Because sometimes when we dwell in the mistake or the decision or the action, then we actually make it bigger than it is, right? Now you are that person because you walk around. It's kind of like sometimes when you're dealing, you know, with depression or you're depressed and you won't go outside and you won't go try to get a job, or you won't, like, literally you are giving your body more space to dwell in that. And so what I just want to celebrate you for is that you didn't sit in it. You didn't say, well, I am this, I'm a cheater, like I can never be better. You literally built a whole platform to show the world how you healed publicly so that you can show up as this mighty man of valor who you've always been, because your heart was always pure. Your heart ain't never not been pure.
Amen.
I know I just did a double negative there, but your heart, now your heart, can nobody take, yes, it's always been pure. So the mistakes that you made, even Laterras saw that they were momentary lapses, but they had nothing to do with the man that you are and the heart that you have, and the type of husband that you are to me. And as we celebrate Father's Day, I just want you to know that God broke the mold when he made you.
She's trying to get me emotional.
Okay.
Have me crying right here.
God broke the mold when he made this one right here.
Thank you so much.
So everything about you strives to be perfect and to be better. And I just want you to know that I'm proud of the work that you've done. But most importantly, I'm proud that it doesn't just stop. It's continuous.
Amen. Thank you for recognizing that. I'm going to keep going because if I, you know, my love language are words of affirmation. Look at her just smiling.
I'm like,
God sure did break the mold when he made Laterras, because Laterras was put on this earth to test humanity. I'm telling you this. Now listen. I'm kidding, Laterras. Lighten up. Calm down. But let's be honest, Laterras, you are a piece of work. You are, and you know this. Now, Ashley, I'm looking directly to you, sister. This man made you pay $75,000 for your own wedding. When he promised you to have the wedding of your dreams, made you pay half, cheated, and humped almost the entire globe, minus us, multiple times. Not one, not two. Let him tell it. Multiple times with multiple different people. Now, I know this sassball of a man of yours. He needs constant words of affirmation. But find something else, Ashley, to affirm his ass with. Find something else to tell his ass, because this ain't it. Don't embarrass yourself, sister. Now, here we go. Because, can I be honest with you, Ash, for a second? Can I be honest with you for 1 second? Now, listen, this is Debs again. Maybe I'm wrong, but let me be honest with you. And you're not going to like this, Ash. Now, when I look at him, and now he might seem very goo-goo-eyed, and you gave him a compliment or two, but I see a man that is slowly getting tired of you. Now, I know this is far-fetched. This is far-fetched, Ash. But I'm just putting that. That's why I say calm down with he broke the mold. Calm down. Because what I see is a man that is slowly getting tired of you. Now, listen, I know that you guys, and you too, Ash, when you see this clip that I'm about to show you, you see a very committed, very loving, very patient man. But Debs, again, sees something else. I see a man that's already a little bit tired.
I know it. It's been 6 months of marriage, so this is what it is. She moved here from Los Angeles. She now has become a passenger princess. All right, so I'm sitting in the parking lot, and this lady who saw me walk Ashley in to get her hair done, her hair appointment is complete. She gets in the car to leave, and she noticed me still sitting in the truck. And she was like, what? You're sitting here waiting for her to get her hair done? You're extremely patient. Let me tell y'all something. Ashley does not believe in driving in Dallas. We've been married for 6 months, and she just doesn't drive. I drive her to nail appointments. I drive her to every appointment she has. I drive her there. And so I have to plan out my day to say, you know what? I need to take my laptop. I got my laptop in my backpack, and I'll sit in the car and work. And yeah, I think I need to make a series on things I didn't know before I got married.
Yes, guys. Yes. I know. I can hear you in my ear. Debs, listen. This is kind of a stretch. Debs, now you're really reaching. That's why I'm telling you guys, my side eye is set up differently. I'm telling you this. Because then when I saw this is what I'm about to show you. That was all the confirmation I needed. You see, that's what I'm saying. Don't be like me. Sometimes, you know me. But when I heard him talk about Ashley's clothing on that same Father's Day podcast, and I already thought you were tired, Laterras, when I looked at you in that car. It was signs to me. It were signs to me of him slowly. Watch.
We brought up one conversation, or a friend did, about kind of like the way like someone was dressed, like a girl was dressed, like to like a homecoming party. Yeah. And she had like a little cute like dress, and it was a halter. I was like, that was so cute. And he was like, absolutely not. Yeah. And then it made me think, oh, that's going to be an issue. Yeah. Absolutely. Because I want to be the one shopping with her.
Yeah, I mean, your perspective is just totally different. Yeah. Like, you've been at that age, you've wanted to wear this, so you got like a little bit of a looser.
Just get into it about that.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah. So that's what we talking about, strict about? Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm strict about all that, showing all that. Like, it ain't no compromising that. Mm-hmm. Where she want to wear lipstick and makeup, well, not lipstick, but makeup and all that. Oh, strict.
Well, now that we're talking about strict, I'm not going to say too much on it, but we took some pictures, and there was a dress that he wanted me to wear. The dress was see-through.
They wanted you to wear it.
I was on the phone.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's see-through. He was like, you ain't seen nothing.
But you could see everything through. It was mesh colored.
It was just your legs?
No, it was my whole body.
No, she had Spanx literally, and stuff on.
Okay, I had Spanx on, but you could see the Spanx. So if I didn't have Spanx on, you would be able to see.
You just Photoshop it out.
I know. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm a little bit more.
No, she's more conservative on dress at all.
Okay.
Like, just from her dress, she's not gonna show nothing. But I respect that a lot. Mm-hmm. But I do believe that she's a little extreme. Like she'd be like, oh, you can see a little cleavage. And I'll be like, It's because you got cleavage. Like, how can you just hide it all the time? She's like, she don't even want to see the little
Just
crease.
the little line?
The little line, she don't want to see that.
Is that
She had a
true?
dress
No, I had like a. Okay, I have a few outfits
that will not show. I promise you,
You
if
can
y'all
see-
go look on this
No.
episode, you can go look. If you can find a picture where
I
you
did
showing
at
her
the
that.
wedding.
What,
At the
what?
wedding.
Yeah, that's a wedding dress that was like that.
Yeah.
You
And
were
that was-
about to say, Laterras, what wedding? What wedding do you think? What wedding did you go to? Oh my God. She's a little bit extreme. Actually, I'm telling you this now. I'm not saying this man is going on a side quest already. But him telling you you're extreme, you don't want to show this, you want to show. Do you know who you're married to, Ashley? This man with this wandering eye. Well, people are going to say, Debs, he is not like this anymore. This was then. But Ashley, extreme. He respects it. Now he should. As a godly man, he should. But he wanted you to wear a whole damn see-through dress. Just like Jamal Bryant wanted he bought it for Carrie. Just wait. These men love these things. They love these slutty little things. They love it. What do you think? These men. Then when I give them critique, now it's me. I'm telling you, Ashley. Cover yourself up all the way up to your neck. 2 more years. And see what happens. I don't hope. I pray that this is going to be a nice and lovely marriage. I really do. You guys don't believe me, but I actually do. I like Ashley. But in my mind of minds, that what I know about Laterras, hey, guys.
That was your excuse.
Yeah.
Will you show a little leg?
Ooh.
No. Ooh. She wants your leg.
Show legs.
I'll be pulling out dress. I said, wear this. Wear this. She be like,
I will.
A little crop top?
Oh, no.
Listen to him. Oh, no.
No, I'm learning something. I never knew that.
I
Ashley is
will though.
conservative.
I do show
Look at
a
him.
little skin.
Yeah, like
What
her
skin?
arm. This.
She's like my forehead.
She's like,
I mean, you see my wrist all the time.
You're going to see this right here all day.
You see skin, yes.
I be trying to have her stuff with show her arm. She be like, no, I want
So
to
no
show my whole
spaghetti
arm.
strap, nothing like that. No halter top.
I will wear a spaghetti strap in the summer. I have a couple outfits like we wore on the honeymoon. This wasn't about me. I don't even know why I was inserting myself. I just was talking about your dad and his.
You did say you said that you're more. You brought up the shoot
I
that
just
we
was
did.
shocked the
So that'd be interesting.
see-through,
Oh, yeah.
the see-through nature of it. But go ahead. Yeah, you were talking about growing up.
No, she don't like showing none of that stuff. And I didn't pick the dress out. The designer picked the dress out for her to take photos in. And I was like, because she looked good in it. That's the other thing. It's gonna be hard for me to look at her looking good and say,
Like, you look fine to me.
yeah, you look fine. You know
But
what
for
I'm saying?
everyone to be seeing me,
But it was hitting. Like
It
you
was
don't
not.
see no
It was
breasts.
not.
You don't see none of that
you
stuff.
saw my legs. You saw.
You see-
would
you
have
see
seen
the dress
breasts,
come down to her
But I
ankles.
had they wanted to put pasties on.
Oh.
Yeah, just to show the
no, so that you couldn't see behind.
That's a
well,
big.
the silver part was crossing. The part was
Yeah, but
covered
you
up.
could also see around the breast.
Yeah, but it's just skin.
Just skin.
So what get me is this, because you're not seeing it. It's like you can see y'all can walk around on the beach with bra and panties on, with bra and panties in, but you can't have a full covered dress that's a full wedding dress.
Because I'm at the beach.
But I'm seeing more skin than I could ever see.
Because I'm going in the water.
But before you get there, I'm seeing you in literally bra and panties, because that's what a swimsuit.
Well, I
was
wore a swimsuit when we went to Jamaica.
You had to cover. Yeah,
It was
you
a
cover.
two-piece?
Yeah, she had two
No.
piece, and you had shorts on
It was
with
a
it.
one piece.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
With
forgot.
some Daisy Dukes.
So no
Yeah.
midriff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
she-
leg.
You could see a
Yeah,
little
leg.
mid. You could see a little midriff.
'cause
Anyway,
that little
so
peekaboo.
Lateria and Claire is going to be able. So they're going to have the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
I'm telling you guys, you might not believe me, but if this is not going to change, she just keep covering up and this and no skin. He might soon be going on a scavenger hunt. Now, you didn't hear it from me, but
my wife thinks about me is superior to anybody else. So people can sit on social media, say whatever they want to say, and I be like, I don't have to go home to y'all. Y'all don't mean nothing to me. You mean nothing to me. What does my wife say about me?
now, as you should, Laterras, you should only care about what your wife is thinking, as you should. But you ain't fooling me, nor are you gaslighting me into thinking that you are now, healed, saved, and sanctified. I am still not convinced. Now, who also are not convincing me that it was a good idea to get married, are these two, Devale and Kadeen Ellis. Now, don't ask me how, don't ask me why, but old clips of this couple have resurfaced, guys, and it had the internet raise a serious eyebrow.
If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, why do women constantly push monogamy on men?
Now, for those of you that don't know Kadeen and Devale, they are both 42 years old, but they met each other all the way back in 2002 while they attended the Hofstra University, and then they started dating throughout college. They have 4 kids now, and I think one of them is already a teenager. Jackson, Cairo, Cash, and I think Dakota. Been together 24 years and married for 15. Now, Devale you might know as an actor, but you know, he actually used to play sports and then he got into acting. Now, you might know him from Tyler Perry's hit series, Sisters and Satima. And then he also played in movies such as Meet Me Next Christmas, and you know, he did his acting. He's still doing his acting thing. Next to him being a digital creator and also managing a whole YouTube channel. Now, Kadeen is also in the same limelight a little bit. She is a TV host, a podcast personality, and you know, she does lifestyle content. They have this kind of vlog channel, you know, on YouTube. And I think their biggest selling point was their authenticity, because they were very authentic during their podcast. Now watch this.
Based on our marriage laws and the contract we signed with each other,
Right.
to have sex with anybody else.
Right.
So these urges that come, I have to share them with the one person I decide to spend the rest of my life with.
Right.
So that brings me back to my soundbite.
Okay.
Right. I don't understand, and this is what we can discuss as a woman, because I don't want to say it's a man versus woman thing, but a lot of women do complain, oh, my husband's always on me. Why is he always on me? If sex is going to be a chore for you that you don't really want to do, why do women constantly push monogamy on men? If you know that you don't want to have to deal with him all the time just wanting you, why do you push monogamy on men?
Well, who's to say I pushed anything on anybody? Like,
Well, we know that you pushed monogamy on me.
I pushed monogamy. I forced you to get married to me?
Time out. I didn't say you forced me to get married, but did you not say to me that you wanted to be engaged and you wanted to be married before you lived with me? You didn't say that?
I want $1 billion. That don't mean I'm going to get it. I can want
but I'm
something,
asking,
but not.
You right now you're dodging the question.
Pause. Now, first of all, Kadeen, you have been dating her from 2002, married her in 2010. So you mean to tell me that you have been dating her for 8 years, 8 long years, and you still felt pressured? You still felt pressured into marrying her. And you portray yourself as this Christian man. Getting that out of your mouth pushed me into monogamy. So what did you want to have? Polygamy. To fix your sassy mouth, to say that, you know, she pushed monogamy on you is wild to me, Kadeen. As a Christian, it's really wild. It is really wild. 8 years, and you still felt pressured. Now, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Devale. You know what the thing is? Why is it such a chore for you women to have sex or whatever? Laterras Whitfield had the same damn problem. His wife didn't want to sex him all up and down 600 times a day in that house. So what did he do? He humped everybody around her because he just couldn't take it. Now, it's a valid question because I'm happy that you speak your mind so we can get rid of this foolishness. But a lot of times, women are absolutely tired of humping your ass every hour to the hour because they're either breadwinners and let the streets tell it, let y'all tell it. Right when you had that injury after the NFL, because I do my research, wasn't she the one that was the breadwinner, Devale?
Every time I talk about it, that was a dark time for me. I know. 4 surgeries in college. She was there every surgery. She took care of me. She helped me through everything I had. She taught me how to read my DAR. I never had to see my academic advisor because she taught me how to do all these things. I graduated with 3.2 GPA. Like, she was just there.
Now, I had to put it in there. You know, so she picked up the slack, did all the things. But you still want her to perform. Sex. Oh God.
I pressed you to do it. Yes, is that something I wanted? Yes, it was. But
you didn't press me. Are you gonna lie now to the people because we
look
talking
at the
about sex?
Look,
you're gonna lie now to the people?
Devale, knowing
Kadeen, you didn't want monogamy?
Of course I did.
So then why are you avoiding the question?
That's not avoiding the question. I'm saying, does that mean because I want it and I requested that you were gonna deliver it? Like nobody pressed you for that.
Time out. You just said you wanted it and requested it. Do you not hear yourself?
I can make a request. Is the request going to be granted?
Am I
That's
not?
up to
Am
you,
I?
bro.
Am I not granting you monogamy?
You are granting it to me.
So this is my question.
Look
This is
at
my
you
question.
always. Look at your boy. Look at your boy.
This is my question. If you wanted monogamy,
Okay.
why would you want monogamy if sex is a chore for you? That's the question. You're avoiding the question.
I'm not avoiding the question, but at first you said women or in general me specifically are pushing monogamy on somebody. Okay, yes, that's something that I wanted, but I didn't press you for it and be like, Devale, I'm gonna hold a gun to your head to propose to me.
Time out.
No, you time out. You time out, Devale, because you are driving me absolutely nuts. So you mean to tell me that when she asked you, to get married, you couldn't fix your lips, your sassy lips, that mouth of yours. You couldn't fix it to tell her, no, I'm sorry, I'm not ready. You couldn't do it. No, you couldn't do it. And I'm going to tell your ass why you couldn't do it. Now, you couldn't do this because you didn't want anyone else to have her. That is what Debs thinks. Now, she gave you this ultimatum, like, listen, we've been shacking up for 8 years now. Like, what's going on now? We have a child, whatever. So what's going on? And you, oh God, you didn't want her to go with anybody else. So you said yes. She didn't pressure you. She didn't pressure you in anything. You said yes. That's what's up. That was you. So you thought it was a very wise idea to lock her down so nobody else could get her and then request the impossible from her. Now, you have a very high sex drive. She clearly does not. But why not? Now, it could be because she just doesn't have it. It could be because she's tired as hell, Devale, to pick up your shit. Being the breadwinner, having your kid, taking care of the kid, whatever. Now you sit there moping with your ass. Oh, I'm out of the NFL. Now you want to pursue your acting career. She supported you in that. And that's still not enough.
She was the quote unquote, I don't like this term, breadwinner, where you were shouldering that financial load.
We transitioned. When I first retired from the NFL, we transitioned back to moving to Brooklyn. I lost a ton of money in the stock market. You know all the stories you hear about the football players spending money on frivolous things? That didn't happen. I bought property, I invested in the stock market, but then we had the economic crisis in 2008 and 9. I lost everything. And we had to move back to my grandmother's Brooklyn apartment, and I moved back with the love of my life. And at that time, she said to me, okay, so what are we doing? Like, what are we gonna do? And I said, well, the first thing we need is health insurance. You're pregnant. She went, took her engagement ring off.
I sure did.
No, she turned it inside.
No, to put it in the jewelry box.
Put it in the jewelry box.
And I had, makeup was my trade. I used to do makeup at MAC. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go get me a job. Took it off, put it in the jewelry box, put on a beat face, put on some black, got on the bus, the B-44 beat
Got on that B-44.
Got on the B-44 and went to the mall and was like, I need a job.
And you still couldn't give her the respect. Told her ass that you wanted a side chick. That's what you wanted. Now, we're going to listen to that in a second. Said it on the show of Laterras, the #1 cheater of this world. Couldn't believe it.
So let me finish. Also, I don't feel like I was adequately prepared for marriage. And I've said that before, because if I knew that marriage and monogamy was going to involve me trying to meet you where you were at sexually for years to come, then I probably would have reevaluated it if I wanted to be monogamous anyway.
So that's fair, but we're not even talking about marriage. Let's even talk about dating, right?
Okay.
Two people are dating. Typically in society, who asks for exclusivity first, a woman or a man?
I would say a woman.
Thank you. That was my whole point. See, you were going all over the place. If women typically ask for exclusivity first, then when they get exclusivity, say, he always on me, he always want to have sex. Why are we asking men for exclusivity if we do not want to?
Oh, no. You are not going to gaslight her. Not on this here channel. You are not going to gaslight her, Devale. So she asked for exclusivity. And listen, this is why your gaslighting ass is really stressing me out, because you giving her slight digs like, you asked for this. I didn't want this. I really didn't want this. Your high cheating Christian ass. You didn't want this. Okay, that's fine. You were young, you didn't want this. Yet you said yes. But you are not going to gaslight her into saying, listen, once I said, okay, it comes with stipulations. And the stipulations are that I want to have sex 1,200 times a day. And that's just what's up. Now, you didn't tell her, let her tell it. You didn't tell her before all of that. You didn't tell her that was the fine print in that marriage contract. We need to have sex 1,200 times a day. Now, if you would have said, listen, after we got married or after we hadn't had sex at all, you never ever sex, that would be a totally different thing. But that is not the case of all. You just have a very high, very abnormal, maybe, sex drive. Maybe it's normal. Maybe you have a sex addiction. Allegedly, I do not know. I cannot diagnose. But let her tell it. It is not really that normal from her perspective. So now you're like, listen, it's either that or I'm going to cheat. And that is absolutely what you said. This is not something I thought of. This is what you said. I can't believe this. And this is a man that you do everything for. You see what I'm saying, women? Red flags. Now, she didn't really sell the red flags because he just asked her to marry her and he was like, lock this one down. I do absolutely not believe that when you locked her down, your ass did not cheat. I absolutely believe, Devale, that as we speak, allegedly, and maybe not as we speak, but maybe, a couple of weeks, months ago, you went on several side quests. You know when I thought that you actually went on side quests, Devale? When I saw you crying, because you're a crier. I established that. When I saw you crying again, and you said this.
It's been particularly challenging, I think, for us to be able to navigate the space of balancing work. Yep. You okay?
No, it's just that question. I was just talking to Josh about, I want to be honest. It's just hard. It's not easy. It's extremely hard. I'm sorry. Sorry.
Okay.
I am okay. It's just hard, to balance everything. I be trying my best. My wife be trying my best. We be exhausted. I want to be honest. I can't sit up here and be like, we have a village and everybody know. It'd be hard. There's a lot of times you feel like you don't got nobody else. You solo. You in this by yourself. And I can look over and I got my Sorry. It's hard. And I want to do all the things as a dad and a husband. And I know she wants to do all the things as a mom and a wife. Yeah. It just be hard. And then people watching y'all and y'all couple goals and this and this. You don't want to mess this up.
You see, to me, this is low-key confessing. You want to do good. You want to be, because everybody say couple goals. And this is exactly why I'm doing this video. You see this, guys. You see him saying, everybody thinks we're couple goals and now we have to really do good. But they're not couple goals. You're looking at them vlogging and doing this in YouTube and podcast. All the while. I don't care how old it is, how new. You see this. You have to walk a straight line, but probably crying because you already did some shit. And now he's like, oh my God, the people are glorifying us. But my spirit is happy because I know I sexed 1, 2, or 3 already. This is what I'm thinking. Allegedly.
Participate in sex at the same level as men. We have to think about what that does to a man.
I hear that.
And I don't think that's being that conversation is being had.
Okay, I agree. And that part I agree with. Yes, that women are typically the ones that will ask for the exclusivity. I get that. Yes. But what I'm saying is, me as a woman, I don't think that I was necessarily prepared or in the mindset to know that. It's almost like once you get into it, then you're like, oh shoot, this is what I'm going to have to keep up with.
I get that.
Us speaking as 36-year-old people know that now. Had I known that at 26,
I get that.
I would have to contend with that.
I agree, Kadeen. And that's why it's a trap. You trapped her. You didn't give her the stipulation. Yes, okay, I'll marry you. Knowing good and goddamn well I'm a damn rabbit at night. And you didn't tell her. Now, Kadeen, I know you're partially Jamaican. Let the Jamaican girl in you come out, gal. Say something because this man is out of order. Hey, guys, look at this man sitting there. Oh, God, that's a damn gaslight. Listen. Okay, wait. Let me calm down.
Dating realm,
I
then
get
it
that.
might have been something I would have reevaluated.
So now let's go back to what you asked me. You said to me you never pressured me to get married.
Here we go.
In 2007, we were living together, right? You said you no longer wanted to live with me and shack up with me because you wanted to be my wife, not my girlfriend.
Right, because I wanted to know where
That
the
don't
relationship
sound like
was going.
pressure to you?
It sounds like me voicing where I see my life going.
Exactly.
It sounds like me saying this is what I would like.
Yes.
You can decide to meet me there. If not, we can reevaluate what exactly we're doing.
Okay.
Would
Additionally,
I call it pressure per se? Not necessarily pressure.
This idiot. What an idiot.
It is pressure. But you don't want to say it's pressure. What about
What an idiot.
being
You
engaged?
might have felt pressure.
What about
There was
being
no
engaged?
pressure behind it.
I said, we don't got to rush to get married. You said, I don't want to be engaged longer than a year. Is that not pressure?
That's me
Look at your idiot self again. Listen, you were already with her for 8 years. 8 years. What are you talking about? 8 long years. Pressure who? Pressure where? You.
Voicing my opinion about it.
I don't like him anymore.
Sounds like pressure to me.
I've had enough. Now, if you ask me, the conclusion is that you were never pressured, Devale. Never. You could have said no, but your greedy ass didn't want her to wander off with someone else. So this is the whole thing. So the conclusion to me is this whole she pushing monogamy on you. Now, you might, the red pill guys, you might got them. But you ain't fooling us. Now, it wasn't like she didn't have sex with you at all. It was just that she couldn't keep up with your ass because you wanted to hump everybody like a damn alley cat. And she just couldn't keep up. So at one point, she was so tired of your ass that I heard her say on that yellow couch, right before he got married, it was before he got married to Ashley, you went to Mr. Cheating and writing letters himself, Laterras, to sit on that couch. And she confessed, and she was like, listen, I was so tired of his ass that I just told him, let's get a side chick.
So there was one point in the marriage, year 2, I said, you know what, I think I need a side chick because you're not giving me what I need sexually, and it's making me feel bad, and da-da-da-da. And Kadeen said, Devale, whatever, do it.
Because at that point, I was just tired of arguing. I was like, that's going to make you feel better in this moment?
And I
Go
said,
ahead, my guy.
Yeah, and I said,
Go ahead.
And I said, yo, I'm not saying this as a threat. I'm
I'm
telling you what
about
I'm
to go
doing.
do.
She said, Devale, go ahead, do what you got to do. Like,
did you really not care at that moment?
I didn't think he was going to do nothing.
Right.
To be quite honest. I was like, oh, this is like a
test.
That's what she thought. Yeah. And then, to be honest, it kind of was a test. What I wanted her to say was like, you're not going to go get a side chick. I'm going to step up to the plate.
Yeah, I got you.
The things that you need because I'm your wife. And when she said, go ahead and do it, I felt like, dang, she really don't care that much about me that she going to let me go do it. So now I got to go do it.
Yep.
So I ended up meeting a girl. We started talking and we became friends. And I said to her, I said, you know what? We can't have sex because we friends. Like I wanted something transactional so I can do it and throw it away.
Yeah. Right.
So we became friends.
Now, even though you actually went through with it, you actually got the sidekick, but then you realized that, listen, this is not going to work out. The fact that you actually got the side chick after everything she's done for you, you showed your ass to her. Like this is what I'm really going to do. Now, you can sex me 450 times. You only sex me 25 times a day. So, listen, this is not enough for me, so I'm going to get the side chick. The fact that you slap her in the face like that after she picked up the slack with you having that damn injury, birthed all your 4 damn kids. Now, by that time, maybe 2 or 3. And you went to get a side chick. But, Kadeen, I have to tell you, this is where it really goes wrong for me. Really goes wrong for me, cousin, because you had no business marrying this man. Now you have 4 kids. You've been marrying for a long time. But you see he's real emotional. Now, I think he is cheating as we speak, Kadeen. I don't trust his ass. You pushed out all these kids. You're a beautiful woman. Beautiful. Show his ass. And listen, Devale, I need your ass to sit all the way. You have several seats. Sit all the way down and hush your mouth. And what I want you to do then is pray for deliverance. That is what I want you to do. Now, guys, hear me and hear me clearly and carefully, because we have come to the end of this video. I am definitely not trying to talk women out of marriage. I want to be clear on that. The only thing I am trying to do is try to keep women from walking into obvious foolishness. After covering all these types of relationships on this channel every now and again, I have really realized something, guys. The red flags hardly ever change. They just show up wearing different faces. That is something we definitely need to think about. Now, it has been a very long one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. You enjoyed spending time with your girl, and I hope you got something out of it. You know, some real encouragement. We got this. Don't walk into the foolishness. Hit a like, hit a subscribe for your girl. Thank you for supporting me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, fam. Peace.